I have been avoiding Twitter like crazy today because I could not get up at 1 a.m. for this award show, and I wanted to react to these results with all of you. What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel and to another video. Today was the Crunchyroll Anime Awards, so I thought it would be really fun to make a quick video reacting to the winners. I did this last year. It's kind of crazy that it's been a year since last year's because I very distinctly remember the collective crash out on the internet that I agreed with some people, did not agree with others, but that's kind of how it works. Time is really flying by, but it is time to see what our winners were for the year 2025. Of course, these are the Anime Awards of 2026, but all of these are for animes that came out. I believe the timeline is from January 1st to December 31st of 2025. Now, before we get into looking at the winners, I just want to go over a couple things. Number one is everything that I'm going to say in this video is just my opinion based off of my favorites of anime. I am well aware that a lot of people are going to disagree with how I feel. I'm going to try and keep it as respectful as possible because I know everybody has preferences, but I am reacting to things, so I might be a little bit whoa at times. This is not an attack on you if you disagree with me. So leave your disrespectful comments out of it. If you don't like who wins, make your own video. But we're gonna dive right into today's video, but before we do, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment your thoughts. Also, if you want access to fun and exclusive perks like early release of videos, fun emojis, and get to decide some of the videos that I make, you can join my channel by hitting the join button. That financial support really helps me out in my goals of making this a full-time job, so I would really appreciate the support. All right, but it's 9:30 a.m., so I've been avoiding all of the social medias. I am ready to see who wins because there are a couple things that I'm very invested in, so let's get into it. And we are just going to start with the best artist performance. We're gonna go from the bottom to the top. I'm not starting with English. I don't watch English dub. Actually, let's see who won the English dub. Oh, okay. I think I voted for him just because it's Demon Slayer. I don't watch anime dubbed really, so good for him though. I'm glad that he was able to win. Lucian Dodge? If I did vote, I voted for him. I don't remember if I even voted in the English dub because I don't really watch it. And we've got some others that these aren't even my language, so okay, wait. How many times did the voice actor for Akaza win, except he wasn't even nominated in Japanese, which I'm still upset about, by the way. Okay, Aoyuki won again. All right, I think that she's who I voted for the most part. Demon Slayer got snubbed in the Japanese voice actor because what do you mean? Like, Akaza at least got nominated for almost every single language but Japanese when he did an incredible job. Anyway, I'm really happy. This is the second year in a row, I believe Aoyuki is winning for Mao Mao. I do really like her. My respect for her went up a lot this year. I actually got to see her in person at Anime Expo last year talk about The Apothecary Diaries. For those of you who don't know, The Apothecary Diaries is actually my third favorite anime, so there is some content coming. I intend to start looping it into my regularly scheduled programming. I've just been trying to figure out what I can and can't do with this not being my full-time job as of right now. But I saw her at Anime Expo and she does not sound at all like she sounds in The Apothecary Diaries. She has actually like a very high-pitched voice. So she actually did some live reading at that panel, and the switch off, I had a newfound respect for her because I think the register that she has to use to voice act for Mao Mao is just so incredibly different from her own way of speaking. It doesn't even sound like the same person. So I have like mad respect for voice actors that can completely change the way their voice sounds per character, because I would have never known that she's just regularly spoke the way she spoke. If I heard her just speak in something and didn't know who she was, I would never put it together that she was Mao Mao. So I'm pretty happy with this. I switched off, so I voted pretty much every day. I switched off my votes between her and I believe Reina Ueda, who was Reze. She was definitely my second pick. I think Daiki Yamashita did a great job with Deku as well. I haven't seen, well, I've started One Piece, but not the season that came out this year, obviously. And then I haven't seen The Summer Hikaru Died yet, so I pretty much just switched between the Aoi and Reina, I think. So happy with this, great job. 2 years in a row, that's incredible. Let's go to the next one. Okay, best ending sequence went to My Hero Academia. I don't remember this song whatsoever. I'm not gonna lie. I watched this season with my husband. He is a big opening and ending skipper, so we can just get through it. We usually listen to each once, but because we watch all of the episodes in one day, we usually try and skip through, what we can. So I don't even remember this. I think I voted for Kaiju number 8 the most, and maybe some Dandadan. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's good. It's Bump of Chicken. I love Bump of Chicken. So next is going to be, okay, opening sequence. The winner was On the Way. I definitely voted for this one because I liked the visuals. The song itself is good. It doesn't like jump out at me, like I haven't added it to a favorites playlist or anything, but it is a good song. The visuals are really cool though. I do really like how they showed that Okarun was kind of viewing the world in black and white, and when Momo came into his life, he started seeing things in color. I really liked that they did those visuals, and I think because this was for best opening sequence, not just for the song, I think I did vote for this one a lot, so I liked it. As far as song goes, I love the Solo Leveling opening, Reawaker. I love Lisa. I love the duet of like the low man and then the high, like, I don't know. I love that vibe. I've grown up in the musical world a lot. I did a lot of musicals growing up. Everyone in my family can sing. So I do really love good vocals. And there's something about a duet with a guy and a girl, I guess. I don't know. I really like it. So I voted for those two. I think this one's a dub. Woo! Yeah! All right, our first Demon Slayer win. Yay. Okay, we won score, which is what I was voting for. For the record, I think everything up here that I have seen, which I've seen all of it except for Gachiakta, I loved the soundtrack. So just like I grew up singing, I also grew up figure skating. So I love listening to soundtracks. In fact, 90% of my playlists that I listen to on the daily are soundtracks. The other day at work, my manager was like, we should put together a playlist for the entire department to listen to just based off of what everyone likes. And I was like, yeah, you guys don't want me in there. I'm gonna be throwing in like soundtrack for this random anime. So I really I loved the Chainsaw Man soundtrack. I loved the In the Pool music. It's really good. I loved Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling is very good. Apothecary Diaries, I've been listening to a lot lately. Love. Dandadan is unique. Gachiakta I just haven't heard, but I definitely voted for Demon Slayer. I was telling a friend after that movie came out, I wanted the soundtrack injected into my veins, especially, I know I talked about this when I voted, but Giyu versus Akaza when his mark, I cannot, it still hasn't been released anywhere. I cannot wait for that because that is gonna be on repeat in my veins, injected into my veins. So this is what I mainly voted for. I don't know if I switched off. I think I only voted for Demon Slayer, even though I genuinely love the soundtrack for everything else. There was something about the soundtrack for Demon Slayer that made like that first viewing when you go into it as a manga reader, you know what's gonna happen, but you don't know how the voice acting's gonna sound. You don't know the route they're gonna go with music. And boy, oh boy, like Zenitsu's 7th form, so good. Like everything, so beautiful. And I can't wait for the next two. So I'm very happy with this one. Yay! Okay, I'm very biased towards Demon Slayer though. So if you're a Demon Slayer hater, you might wanna just turn off this video now. Like you don't subscribe to my channel. It's 90% of my content. I love what I love and I don't make I have no apologies for loving Demon Slayer. Iris Out, okay, all right, this is a good choice too. Iris Out is actually, I think I've listened to it more than the opening and closing songs of Demon Slayer's movie. It's a bop, man. The dance, it's so good. I love this one. I think this is the one I mainly voted for. I might have switched between Reawaker, I don't know if that's the way you're supposed to pronounce it, and In Bloom. I think those were kind of the three I was constantly switching because this is more just about the song. This isn't about the opening sequence, so I didn't really vote for the Dandadan one just because, like I said, I found the song a little bit more like basic. So I think I switched between the three, but I kept on finding myself wanting to vote for Iris Out because this one's like on my list, so is In Bloom, and all three of them are on my favorites playlist, so I listen to them almost daily. But this one, like, people were in the movie theater just like, And I have a video still in my drafts. I recorded this in January. I'm in Reze cosplay and I did the dance. I'm very nervous to put it out because I'm not good at dancing. That's like one thing in the musical sphere I'm not good at. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to put this out there. So I love this. This is another dub for me. We're looking good so far. Okay, Anya, yeah. Must protect at all costs, obviously. What I was saying when I was voting for this too was there's very few characters here that I feel like actually need to be protected. Like Deku's a great character, he's a very kind soul, but I would not view him as a character that's like must protect at all costs because he would be protecting me if I was in that world. Mao Mao doesn't really need to be protected. She is a strong, independent woman that like just is amazing. Kaoruko definitely I could see be like, okay, protect, and then I haven't seen the other two. So Anya winning, perfect. Perfect. Next. Best supporting character, okay. Bakugo. I knew Bakugo was gonna win, so I was giving my votes to Jinshi and Shisui/Lolan. I knew at the end of the day Bakugo was going to be getting the votes, so I wanted to give the votes to other people, but I'm perfectly fine. I think Bakugo was actually probably my favorite part of the final season. His character arc is really good. He's not one of my favorite characters, I'm not gonna lie. I have a huge hatred for characters who bully, and no matter if they grow from that or not, I'm just generally not really gonna like the character. I don't like Draco Malfoy from Harry Potter for that same reason, even though he kind of has a redemption. Bakugo's written 20 times better than Draco Malfoy, just for the record. But he's like not up there on my list of favorite characters, but I also do think he deserves this. Like this is a good win because it was a very good finishing arc for him, and I think he was just like a great side character. So I would have loved to see Jinshi win. I would have loved to see Lolan Shisui win. I think her story was so interesting, but Bakugo winning, I get it. I understand it. Yes! Yes! Oh, thank goodness. Okay, Mao Mao won Best Main Character this time around. Yes. Okay, thank God she won over... I'm sorry, Solo Leveling fans. I like Solo Leveling for the record. I do enjoy the story. I think it's just a really fun show to watch. Sung Jin-woo is like the least interesting main character I've ever seen in my life. He just doesn't have anything interesting about him. He's just there. He's just leveling up, which is the point of the show. Like, I get that. I don't think he deserves to win Best Main Character like he did last year. That's my 2 cents. Mao Mao is an amazing main character. She is one of the best female leads I think I've ever seen in anime. She is smart, almost too smart for her own good. She's silly, she's funny. I just love everything about her. I've cosplayed her a couple times. I'm probably gonna cosplay her again. I think she's just a really endearing main character. I've been reading the light novels as well, and she's a little bit dense at times, but I think she's learning and growing in a way that feels very realistic for her, and it's not like too fast or too slow. So I really love her as a character. I love that we get some strong female representation in the show. And I don't mean like strong as in muscle strong. Like Apothecary Diaries doesn't really have a ton of fighting in it, but I mean like I love the depiction of someone who is independent and smart and knows when to feign ignorance in order to stay alive and that sort of thing. I just really like her. I would have been okay with Deku winning. I'm surprised Deku didn't win, actually. I'm very surprised. I think like My Hero, I kind of felt like was gonna win everything here, but Mao Mao winning it is my personal favorite. I did like Deku's character arc. I have some issues with how his story ended. I think I talked about it in a previous video, so I'm not gonna go into it here. Okodun's a great character, Momo's a great character. I haven't seen Gachiakuta, as we've already explained, and I did not vote for Sung Jin-woo again. The characters to me are the weakest part of that show, which is why it's kind of meh to me. I enjoy it, but I need characters to love, and there's no one in that show. So, all right, what is next? Best Slice of Life, Spy Family. Okay, I think I was voting for this and Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. So definitely agree. Spy Family, love it, adore it. It's so adorable. Although this most recent season felt less Slice of Life and felt more shonen, for sure. Best drama, Apothecary Diaries! Let's go! We're winning! Okay, this is going really well for me. I'm kind of scared to see what happens after this because I feel too good right now. Things are going my way. I think Apothecary Diaries was the only thing I voted for because the only two shows I've seen from this category that got nominated is the Apothecary Diaries and Blue Box. I like Blue Box. I have a lot of issues with it, I'm not gonna lie, and I don't think I would even really consider it that strong drama-wise. I really only watch it for this. I like the sports aspect of it, honestly. And I don't even really like the romance in it. I'm not gonna lie, the romance in it is kind of meh. I don't like love triangles. I hate love triangles, actually. Those are one of my least favorite tropes, just overall. So Apothecary Diaries winning this. I feel like it's not gonna win Anime of the Year now, but I would not be surprised if My Hero won Anime of the Year. I would be surprised if it didn't. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm okay with that if they did, so. Best Isekai, okay. I only voted for Twisted Wonderland because it's the only one I've seen, but I knew ReZero was gonna win because it's very popular. I don't have many thoughts on this because I haven't seen it. Twisted Wonderland, by the way, like I really enjoyed, but also was kind of to me, so didn't really care. Best Action, Solo Leveling winning this one is correct. It is correct. Action is what Solo Leveling is good at. Like, I've mentioned it multiple times, I find the characters to be meh, I find the story to be meh. The action makes the show fun to watch. Like, I genuinely enjoy watching the show just for the action, so it makes perfect sense that it's won for action. I think all of these shows, Kaiju Number 8, Dandadan, My Hero, all of those, the action was really good, but when it comes to, like, winning specifically action and Demon Slayer isn't here, Solo Leveling definitely is great. I haven't gotten to the point of One Piece where there's a ton of action. Like, there has been, obviously, but it hasn't been, like, anything crazy. And once again, have not seen Gachiakuta. I should probably watch it. It's popping up a lot. All right, what's next? Best Comedy was Dandadan. Okay, I've only seen Dandadan and Spy Family of this, so Dandadan's pretty funny, but I don't really classify it as a comedy. I feel like I would classify Spy Family more as a comedy, but it already won Slice of Life. So I don't know if they have it set up where you can only win one of these categories, so that's fine. I like Dandadan, I do. So that's cool. I just don't understand the category. Okay, yay, all right. Everything that I care about, everything's winning. So Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity is, I think, the only romance that I was voting for here because the only ones I've seen was Fragrant Flower, Dandadan, and Blue Box. Like I've already said, Blue Box is fine. I don't really like the love triangle, so I wasn't gonna vote for it in romance. Dandadan, the romance is cute, but again, I'm like, it's not a romance show. I wanted to vote for a romance show, so I voted for Fragrant Flower. I actually really enjoyed the story too. It was super wholesome and super adorable. I finished it with my husband, like we both watched it together and we both were like, that was so nice. Like that was such a nice way to spend our Sunday. It was so cute. So definitely agree with that win. Oh, we're getting close. I have no idea, as we've established, I haven't seen Gachiakuta, so I have no idea what the background art is like. I voted for Apothecary Diaries and Dandadan because those are the only two I've seen in this, but I don't really have many opinions. I was surprised Demon Slayer didn't get nominated for this because of the Infinity Castle, but I also understand that maybe they just didn't want to nominate a movie because of the higher budget, whatever. So good for Gachiakuta. No comment on that. Best Director, Apothecary Diaries. I voted for Apothecary Diaries and Dandadan for this one. I liked the way the direction went for both. Apothecary Diaries winning. At least Apothecary Diaries is winning things this year because last year it only won Best Voice Actor. It didn't win any of its other categories, and I think that was my most upset feeling about last year was the Apothecary Diaries snubs. So we're making it work. I think season 2, a lot of people liked season 1 better. I liked season 2 better. Y'all aren't ready for the next few seasons though. They're gonna go hard. So yay for that. Best character design goes to Gachiakuta. Okay. I think the character designs from what I've seen are interesting on this, but I haven't seen it, so I can't really make a comment on that. Best animation, Solo Leveling. Okay, yeah, I think I mostly voted for Solo Leveling. I switched between that and Dandadan and My Hero Academia. I think well, I haven't seen the other, well, okay, I keep saying I haven't seen One Piece. I have. I'm just only in the first arc. So I'm in the, like, this was made in 1999. I was 3 years old when this was happening, so I can't really have an opinion of the show quite yet. So this feels good. Solo Leveling, like I've said, the best thing about it is the action. So, you know, animation and action and all that kind of goes hand in hand a lot. There's a lot more to animation than just action, of course, but I think I would have preferred Dandadan to win this. I really like the way Dandadan is done. It feels very much like a passion project. There's certain things about it that I just can tell they've put in a lot of effort into it. I mean, that feels that way for everyone, but it feels a little bit different for Dandadan. Even like my friends who are a little bit more into like the animation aspect of things is like, this is definitely a passion project. They can tell, like, I would have loved for Dandadan to win this, but Solo Leveling winning is totally fine with me. God, we're getting close. We're getting close to the things I truly care about. I have not seen any of these original animes. I think this is the one I ended up voting for because I had heard of it, but no comment. Great job, Lazarus. Best New Series. Gachiakuta does not surprise me that it won because it's been taking a lot of these wins and a lot of people talk about it. I think anything that I've learned from these awards is that I need to watch Gachiakuta. Got it. I think I voted mostly for Fragrant Flower and Sakamoto Days because those are the only two from this list that I have seen. I didn't have a whole lot of passion for either one of those shows. I really like both of them, but I'm not like sitting here like, oh my God, I'm a huge fan. I want to talk to people about it. So congratulations, Gachiakuta, on Best New Series. Oh my God. I think like film is next or something. What is next? Oh my God, Film of the Year is next. Okay. So One Piece won this one. Okay. I've seen a lot of people mad about One Piece not winning this for the past couple of years. It's been around for so long. I've heard that the season that has been happening, because I think it just changed to seasonal, has been really good. I've seen all 6 of these now. I obviously haven't seen what happened in One Piece this year, so good for them. Dandadan, I liked season 1 better. My Hero Academia, the final season was really, really good. I'm surprised it hasn't won this one, honestly. Solo Leveling, season 2 was great, but it won a lot last year. Let's pump the brakes on it. Kaiju number 8, I really enjoy, but it's nothing that special to me. Spy Family is fun. It's a fun watch. So again, like none of these animes I was like, I have a lot of passion for. So I can see why One Piece wins. I'm glad they got a W for something. I haven't gotten anywhere close to what it is. So I think that One Piece definitely deserves to win continuing series occasionally since it's been running for almost as long as I've been alive. And I'm not young. I'm turning 30 in a few months. Like, okay, I'm young, but like, I'm not like a teenager, you know? Like this show has been running since I was a toddler. So yeah, it deserves best continuing series every once in a while. I get that. Okay. I care a lot about this next one. All right, here we go. I'm scared. Okay, my heart is pounding. My beats per minute is at currently 94 and usually my resting is like 70. So, okay. All right, here we go. I'm gonna close my eyes. 3, 2, 1. Yes! Let's go! I knew it. I knew it. I knew it could do it. I knew it could do it. It's got the popularity. It's got the wide audience. Hi, OpenEye. I'm so sorry to Chainsaw Man fans. For the record, I loved the Chainsaw Man movie. I thought it was really well done. It was a very enjoyable watch. It was very good. I'm biased towards Demon Slayer. If you can't tell, 90% of the stuff that's back here is Demon Slayer. I love Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer is my bread and butter. I'm, like I said, making no apologies. I am so freaking happy that it won. Let's go, yeah, Demon Slayer won, woo! Okay, I was like a little bit nervous about this one. And for the record, if Chainsaw Man won, I would understand why. It was very, very good. I was just getting annoyed with how Chainsaw Man fans act towards the Demon Slayer fans. Like, y'all are mean to us for no reason. We're just over here enjoying our time. I just love Demon Slayer. I saw this movie 7 times in theaters. I saw Chainsaw Man once. And I am biased because I love Demon Slayer already, so like I'm obviously gonna vote for the thing that I already care about. But I thought the movie was really freaking good. I thought it was so freaking good. They did a really good job with the first movie. And I think the second and third are gonna be even better. So yay! Oh, I was so nervous. I was like, and it's so funny because the only other thing, I haven't seen any of these other movies. I know a lot of people liked 100 Meters. I haven't seen it, so I can't really comment. I'm sure all of these movies are incredible. I'm sure they're all incredible. Crunchyroll Awards are a popularity contest, so I knew it was going to be between Demon Slayer and Chainsaw Man, and at the end of the day, I kind of had a feeling Demon Slayer was still going to win because Chainsaw Man is just not as popular. It doesn't appeal to as wide of an audience. It's meant for more adult viewers, right? So I was like, I think Demon Slayer could win, but at the same time, a lot of times for the Crunchyroll Awards, the only people voting are the people who are like super into anime, and a lot of Demon Slayer's fans are kind of like casual anime viewers, or they just like Demon Slayer, which is fine, by the way. Like, Demon Slayer is a great story. So, oh, yeah, I'm happy about that one. We only have one left already. We're flying through these. I feel like I could have spent more time to talk about my feelings on each one. I'm just so happy. I'm not gonna hide the fact that I am freaking happy that Demon Slayer won this. And I would have been sad if Chainsaw Man won, even though I enjoyed the movie. But again, that's just my biased speaking, so yay! Demon Slayer wins. This has been such a great awards for me. I am like on cloud 9. Almost everything that I cared about, well, everything that I've cared about has won. The only ones that haven't won are the ones I was like, okay, whatever, like I don't really mind. So this last one is gonna be Anime of the Year. I think My Hero Academia is gonna win. I would be very surprised if they don't. And honestly, I think My Hero Academia does deserve it. I think the final season was very, very good. They've been on, for so long, and this is obviously like their last chance to win Anime of the Year. I don't think My Hero has ever won Anime of the Year. So I do think My Hero is gonna win. I will be ecstatic if the Apothecary Diaries wins. That's my main pick for Anime of the Year. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, yeah. Not surprising at all. It deserves its flowers. A great way to wrap up a wonderful story. I watched the entire thing last year in preparation for the final season from start to finish, and I had a newfound love for the show. I'm not gonna lie, there's plenty of things that I have an issue with, but I think they did a really good job just making a very good story from start to finish. It had really great characters. A lot of the characters did not get proper development. I think the cast was maybe a bit too big, so a lot of characters just got kind of sidelined. I mean, Class 1A alone has, 30 students in it? And I feel like we only really got to know maybe 10. So I definitely have my gripes with the show. I have critiques, whatever. I even have critiques of Demon Slayer though. So I liked the final season. I don't think I liked it as much as like the average person did. I don't really know why. It just didn't speak to me as much as I was expecting. However, it was still very good. It was a very good ending. There wasn't like many critiques. I feel like they pretty much did what they could to end it the way that they did. So good for them. Great job, My Hero Academia. The Apothecary Diaries has so much to go. I think that it's going to win Anime of the Year at some point. It deserves it. The Apothecary Diaries is such a good show. I'm not gonna lie, it's so good. If you haven't watched it, you should. It's so good. Dawn to Dawn, I also really like, but I don't think season 2 was really worthy of Anime of the Year. I felt like season 1 was better. And then I haven't seen the other 3, so I can't really speak to them, but not surprising. Good for them. I think that it was kind of expected and it deserves it 100%. So, wow. Oh my goodness. Okay. I was like, I think Demon Slayer is gonna win, but I also was like, I think Chainsaw Man might win because of the fact that the people voting in this are not casual fans, and Demon Slayer brings in a lot of casual fans. So I was like, I don't know. Or a lot of kids watch it, and I think you had to be 13 to vote. So, what a great anime awards for me. Oh my goodness, what a successful, wow. I'm so happy with these awards. That would have been fun to live stream watching. It started at 1 a.m. my time though. That's too late for me to stay up, and it's too early for me to get up. So I was like, well, Too bad. If it started at 4 a.m., I kid you not, I probably would have rolled myself out of bed at like 3:30, thrown a little bit of makeup on, and done a live stream to watch it. But I mean, it's happening in Tokyo, so obviously that's not going to fit well with my schedule. I'm 16 hours behind them. So if they're doing something in the evening in Japan, like that's early morning for me. So maybe next year. Maybe they'll host it in America at some point. It's been in Tokyo the past couple of years, which obviously like kind of deserved. They have a lot of like the directors and the voice actors come, so I understand it probably costs less money to fly in the non-Japanese guests because there's probably way less. There's probably more Japanese guests. So it makes sense that it's in Japan because anime is Japanese animation, so that checks out. But holy moly, all right, so how are you feeling about the Crunchyroll Awards? What were you hoping to win? Reminder to keep it respectful at this point, because this always happens to me. Whenever I post these videos, people are gonna be mad if you try to say that I'm stupid for liking Demon Slayer over Chainsaw Man. Your ability to comment is going to be immediately revoked, so keep that in mind. I don't play. I don't like to be insulted just because I like Demon Slayer. I'm tired of it, and I'm just gonna remove your comment, and you're never gonna be able to comment on my channel again. So that's a threat. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today's video. If you liked it, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment your thoughts, and I will see you all in the next one. Mate ne!